Hello everyone, I am Torior, and today we are going to talk about the Quarians of the Mass Effect universe and what they really look like behind their suits. First, we're going to discuss the canon of the Mass Effect universe and also the face reveal of Tali, which happens in Mass Effect 3 and why so many people hated it and refused to accept it. After that, we'll explore the coolest fan concept ideas, and finally I'll show you my weird hypothesis about what the Quarians could really be. And yeah, that's about it. Let's start. So, the Quarians are a humanoid species from the planet Rannoch. Their civilization perfected cybernetics, robotics, and artificial intelligence research. They created the Geth, servitude robots, that achieved sentience and rebelled against their masters. There is more to that story, but I will not cover it here. It is a topic for another video, perhaps. Anyway, the resulting war was lost by the Quarians. They were forced to exile. They had to run away from their home planet. And currently, well, if you count the duration of the Mass Effect series and not the end of it, the Quarians live on the Migrant Fleet. A huge fleet of starships, many of them repurposed or almost scrap, is serving as the Quarian homeworld, basically. The massive fleet of ships is all they have left. Theoretically, they could try and settle on another planet, but many of them hope to recover their homeworld. Also, there is the matter of the suits. Why do they wear them? Well, basically, the exile and living in sterile ship conditions caused the Quarian immune systems to basically shut down, become very, very weak, and they have lost all their immunity to diseases. Almost all of it. And a simple cold could kill them. This is why they need to wear environmental suits that separate them from the hostile environments outside. It's all the matter of their immune systems, but what do they look like behind the masks under the suits? One of the Mass Effect companions, and also one of the most interesting characters in the whole series, Tali, is a Quarian. And she has her face revealed in Mass Effect 3 if you romance her and if she dies. And that face reveal, on the one hand, it did give us an idea of what the Quarians might look like behind the masks. On the other hand, it was really, really disliked by many of the fans, and we will get into that shortly. Anyway, in that face reveal, Tali looks like a human. Like a human with slightly purplish skin, some face tattoos or markings or whatever that is, and 3 fingers on a hand, which is what the Quarians have, but we'll get into Quarian anatomy a little bit later. Many fans were unhappy with that choice, with making Tali a purplish human with 3 fingers on each hand. In the days of modern science fiction, with authors like Hamilton, who create species like the Dyson Alpha, look it up, it's really cool, many fans thought that just making an alien a human of a different color with different number of fingers is very, well, lazy. It's very much like Star Trek used to do. Just paint a human a different color and you have your alien. Many fans, including me, thought that is not really something that has a place in modern sci-fi anymore, unless it's something like Stargate, where the story actually explains why it is like that. So Tali's photo did make quite a lot of fans unhappy because of that. Also, there was a controversy that shows how lazy a move that was. And here's the controversy. The photo was just a slightly photoshopped stock photo of a model. Change the eyes, remove some fingers, change the color of the skin, add some face paint, and here you go. And honestly, they could have made it much more interesting if they only put a little bit more work into it. Because I really refuse to believe that it was a well thought out choice that was supposed to go well with the story. Just look at the stock photo. If it was supposed to be like that, they might have done a little bit more. Maybe created something original, I don't know. There is a lot of concept fan art on the internet regarding Quarians without masks that was either created before Tali's face was revealed or as a deliberate choice to not accept that reveal. Some of those artists just refused to accept that and worked within what we knew before that. That the Quarians have 2 eyes, that they have a nose, are probably mammalian, and also have a mouth of some sort. That is about all we knew about them, and also the outer dimensions, the outer build of the species. the numbers of fingers, toes, the build of their legs, and so on. We will get into the Quarian anatomy a little bit more later when I'm discussing my own hypothesis, because it has a lot to do with that. Also, I must mention that I found a nice compilation of all the coolest concept art on the internet in an article, and I will provide a link to it in the description. My favorite two concepts are probably these two. The one on the left, because that's more or less how I imagined the Quarians when I first played Mass Effect, and the one on the right because it's just so beautiful. Okay, let's move on to my own hypothesis, and for the record, I do think it's a little bit crazy, and also I enjoy the two images shown previously as my favorite a little bit more than my own. Anyway, my hypothesis has a lot to do with how Charles Le Brun in the 17th century imagined humans would look like if they evolved from different species. What I did is I took what we know about the Quarians from the Mass Effect franchise before the face reveal and compared it with the animals that we have on Earth and how they are similar to which of them. And I know they don't have to be related to any animals on Earth, I just thought it would be a cool idea. So, first let's look at this comparison of the Quarian and the human leg. I did not make this one, the link is in the description as always. Anyway, the Quarians don't stand on the foot, they stand on the toes, which is quite common in many animals on Earth. But it is quite important to note that one, because it is crucial to my hypothesis. Now let's look at the skeleton of a goat, and especially at its hind legs. They look very much like the Quarian ones do, don't they? Also, the foot is similar. If you make a comparison like that, the Quarian leg looks much more like a goat leg than a human leg. Some would say the number of toes is wrong, but that's not strictly true. If you look at the horse and its ancestors, the number of toes did change during the evolution of the species. For example, a Mesohibus had 3 toes. The number of toes on a Quarian leg might be a bit unclear. Some say it's 2, and some say it's 3 like they have on their hands, with a tiny one on the side. Doesn't really matter, because, for example, if you look at a tapir, an earth animal, it has 4 toes on its front legs and 3 on the back, so that is not a defining factor. My hypothesis is, and I remind you this is pure speculation just for the fun of it, that the Quarians evolved from an animal resembling a goat, a sheep, a horse, or anything really that is more or less similar to that kind of animal. And in the bounds of this hypothesis, they probably look something like what Charles Le Brun envisioned humans evolving from different species would look like. And that is by no means derogatory to the Quarians, even if they are descended from animals like goats. Goats are very friendly creatures. That's about it for this video. I hope you did enjoy it, and I am going to work on more theory and lore videos, so if you have any suggestions on what I should cover, let me know in the comments. Also, make sure to click that like button and subscribe for future updates, because there is more coming. Thank you for watching, goodbye.